Hey guys, welcome back to another review. Today we are talking about another tropical update. Tropical storm Lurinia could become a hurricane by Monday. Yep, it's a tropical storm now, just became a tropical storm today, and we're going to talk about it in this video. So, let's look at the 2-day graphical weather outlook. We have a 1 in 20% chance, or 20% chance in that storm, the tropical storm, and tropical depression 14 on that storm. Tropical storm, I can't really say it. It's supposed to stay a tropical storm for quite a while, and then soon become a hurricane by around, actually Tuesday. I thought it was Monday, but it says Tuesday, but I'm just gonna say Monday because I think they said Monday the other day. But we could be seeing a hurricane by at least Tuesday, probably, if we do see a hurricane. Let's look at what it looks like on the IP loop. Not that well organized, but still quite organized. I had an update last night. There was no audio on that update, but I did have an update. Let's look at actually some of the information on this storm real quick. Let's look at the wind speeds of this storm. High tropical storm force winds now, and then still higher when it gets into the Gulf. So we're going to be seeing some tropical storm forced wind speeds. Look at 50 knots wind speeds. They have a 20 to 30% chance around this area, 10 to 20, and then 5 to 10% chance in any other area. Our hurricane wind speeds are very low, but there's still a chance, 5 to 10% chance for the area it's supposed to develop in, and this is could be for this storm down here, because this storm's hanging right toward this area, but I have no idea which storm this is it's talking about. We looked at the IP loop. Let's look at where the storm is right now. The storm right now is near the islands, about to hit some of the islands. There's a tropical storm, so we're going to monitor that. Let's look at the strengthening path of this storm. It's a tropical storm now. As well as just saying it's going to still become one, and some are saying category 1, category 2, some near category 3 or 4 possible, but then the other half are saying tropical storm or even back to tropical depression status. So we're going to monitor this one very closely. Let's look at where this storm's going to go. It's going to go in this area. It's in this area here. It's going to move up and move into this area, where there's actually going to be, if it moves near this area in Texas, they could be both storms could combine or something, and it could be tragic. I don't really know what's going to happen, but anything could happen because there is a tropical depression happening right now, also heading toward those same area, or some of the same areas that it's supposed to hit, and it's supposed to hit at the same timing. That's the thing. It's supposed to hit around the same timing, about somewhere near the same timing. You can see when it's in this area. You see this storm right here by 2 p.m. Tuesday. It's supposed to be a tropical storm. Well, it's actually a hurricane, then become a tropical storm. We can see the storm over here comes in at this area during that 2 p.m. on Tuesday, too. So these storms could be this could be tragic, possibly. It's unknown right now if it will, but let's look at the wind speeds probabilities. Tropical storm forced, 60 to 70% chance of tropical storm forced winds. So, and then 50 knots probability. Seems like they finally took off the area over here. Like they both were on here like together, but now they have it separate. And in this area, there's 20 to 30% chance of 50 knots wind, 10 to 20, 5 to 10. And then let's look at the hurricane forced winds. And then it's at 5 to 10% chance. Let's look at the IP loop of the storm. Not looking as strong as it was the other day, but still has its act together. I don't know which one I'd say is better looking, but both of these are not the best of looking storms, but I can't say which one would be better. Let's look at where the location is. Location is right in this area, heading right up toward that area, and hit Central America, a little bit of Central America. Look at how strong it's expected to be. Most are saying it's going to get up to tropical storm force at least, and then some are actually saying a little bit of Category 1 or possibly a low-end Category 2. So that's what they're saying on the storm. Let's look at this thing here. It's supposed to head off in. Remember, these models said it was supposed to hit around this area. A lot of them saying this area, and a couple were actually saying around the area this storm is expected to hit. And these models show it has right toward Texas, or it could combine with the other storm, because the other storm is going to come somewhere in here and possibly combine with that storm. I don't know if that will happen, but then or it can go that way. That is possible. It's kind of like a hand on track if it goes that way. So we're going to monitor these very closely, like really closely. So let's look at the 5-day graphical weather outlook on that storm. That was our third disturbance. Now it's our first disturbance because the others are tropical depression and tropical storm. 30% chance of development in the next 5 days, but if this storm moves into this area, most likely it will, it could develop even more and have a bigger chance of development. So we're going to monitor this very closely. We've done so many videos on these tropical updates. We've done a lot of these videos. We've been continuing to do a lot of these videos. We started this like a week ago, and there was like they were supposed to develop around this area and this area. Look how far it's gotten to, or the last few days. Tropical storm, tropical depression. It's gotten strong. The tropics are really active right now, and we're going to keep going with the tropical updates. I'll try my best to put one out almost every single day. So let's look at the forecast for this one. Don't forget. So let me tell you. The yellow means tropical storm watches issued by me, not the National Hurricane Center. Pink means hurricane watches. Blues mean tropical storm warnings, and then reds mean hurricane warnings, but we have none of those. So the track is red, but I'm not talking about that. Also, we have started adding a 5 or more days out, and that's why it says 5+ days out, because it can be in that area anywhere from 5 or more days out in that area. Then the main cone area anywhere from now to probably around 5 to 6 days. So it's supposed to head up into that area. We have some hurricane watches near Florida, because this is when it's supposed to become a hurricane. We have tropical storm conditions with this area, so we have already some tropical storm warnings issued by me. Tropical storm watches are issued. I've issued those hurricane watches just in case of any hurricane development. So, but nothing too crazy. I put out I didn't add hurricane warnings or anything, because we can't say for sure it's going to become a hurricane. Let's look at the strengthening path. So it says it's supposed to become stay as a tropical storm. I think it will at least become a hurricane, Category 1. It could get as strong as near. I even put it out for the option. I think this is a very, very low of a chance, but I put it as a possible. If it develops earlier than expected, it's possible. It may be Cat 5, but I really don't count on it happening, but it's possible to happen. Very low chance, but it's possible. But I think it's going to be at least a high-end Category 1 if it does become a hurricane, and possibly Category 2. maybe Category 3. Category 4 and 5 are very low, but possible. So, and then it starts going down a little bit, because I think this will be when it hits around that area, and I think it's going to start weakening from there once it hits. So you can see I have Cat 3 anywhere from Cat 3 to Tropical Storm status. So we're going to monitor this one very closely. We're going to continue to give updates on it. Let's show the other storm, Tropical Depression 13. We can see here, this is where the storm is. Don't forget, yellows mean tropical storm watches, blues mean tropical storm warnings, and then pinks mean hurricane watches. Then reds mean hurricane warnings, but we don't have any reds, but the cone. So, also, if you didn't notice, our 5+ days out is the red is a little darker. If you didn't notice that, so this cone is showing it's gonna hit right anywhere from Texas. Anywhere from Texas to Louisiana, maybe even Mississippi, and then our 5 days out, 5 or more days out, could hit this area, anywhere in this area here. It's possible to happen, so we're going to watch that very closely. We have some hurricane watches toward Texas, Louisiana. We have some tropical storm watches in Mexico. We have some tropical storm warnings in this area here. I was going to put out a hurricane watch, but don't forget, this was only issued by me, not the National Hurricane Center. But I didn't issue a hurricane watch just because I don't expect this one to become hurricane now, because it's getting very close to Central America. Then we have a hurricane watch near or more into Central America. We're going to have to watch that very closely. I think this could become a hurricane. Anywhere in this area here is when it's likely to become a hurricane. I think anywhere in that area will be likely, because when it's hitting land, it's going to probably weaken. Then once it gets into the Gulf, I think it's going to strengthen and possibly become a hurricane. And let's look at the strength of this storm. This is a lot weaker of a storm to me. Tropical Depression, I think it will at least become up to a tropical storm in Category 1, and possibly a low in Category 2. It's not likely, but it's possible. And then you can see at the end of this, I put out a tropical depression possible anywhere from there to Category 2 possible, because I think it could either be anywhere from, when it hits land, it could be either a tropical depression or a tropical storm. Then we get into a tropical depression, or it can be Category 2 and start weakening from there. So we're going to monitor this one. Like I said, I'll try to give you as many updates as I can on this storm. Thank you though all for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day.